So the first type of category is in terms of the type of securities that are bought and sold in the market. The first one is the debt market. So here the bonds or the mortgages are bought and sold, and we call it debt financing. So whenever we are referring to bonds, we refer to an investment that will enable the buyers of the bonds to have a fixed amount of interest at regular interval until maturity. So a bond will always have few information, such as number one is the bond should always specify the price in which it has been bought and sold. The second information that will always be attached to a bond is its interest. So a bond will always have a fixed amount of interest, and it will always promise the holder a fixed amount of interest. The third information would be the regular interval in which the bondholder will be receiving the interest. Now that can be annual, semi-annual, quarterly or monthly. So for example, if you hold a quarterly bond, in that case you would be getting your interest payment at each quarter. Or if you have a semi-annual bond, in that case you would be getting the fixed interest rate after each 6 months. So in a way you would be getting 2 interest payments in a year. Similarly, if you have a 1-year bond or an annual bond, in that case you would be receiving interest each year. And lastly and most importantly, a bond should always specify its maturity. So whenever a person buys a bond, he should always be buying it for a particular time, and we call it maturity. And that maturity can be of any years. So for example, today if you have say 10 lakh taka, and with that 10 lakh taka, if you want to buy Unilever's bond, say you buy 10 lakh taka worth of Unilever bond. So in that case, upon buying that 10 lakh taka bond, you would be promised a fixed amount of interest each period. Now if you buy a annual bond, and if your maturity is 5 years, and if the bond gives you a rate of interest that is equals to 10%, in that case, upon holding that 10 lakh taka worth bond from Unilever, you would be getting a 10% annual interest rate till 5 years. And what happens after 5 years? After 5 years, when the final payment of interest is made, you would also be getting your initial payment, that is 10 lakh taka that you used to buy that bond. Now here again, who is the saver? So if you are buying bonds from Unilever, you are the saver, and you are lending your money to Unilever. On the other hand, here Unilever is the borrower, because in exchange of bonds it is getting money from you, who is the saver. Now the bonds can be of different maturity. If the bond has a maturity of less than a year, we call it short-term bonds. Bonds having maturity of more than 1 year but less than 10 years are considered to be intermediate term, and bonds that have maturity of more than 10 years, we call them long-term bonds. If you compare bonds with the stocks, the bonds seem much less risky than the stocks. And why is that so? Because when you are buying bonds, you are buying it for a fixed amount for a fixed period, and you are promised a fixed interest payment no matter what. So at the end of the maturity or each period, no matter how the organization does, your fixed interest payment will always be delivered. So the bonds have less risk than the stocks. So common type of bonds can be the government bonds, the corporate bonds, the price bonds, etc. So talking about government bond, a very common type of government bond for Bangladesh is Poribar Sanchaya Patro, which has a maturity of 5 years. Bangladesh government has a lot of other schemes of government bonds. For example, currently they have 3 months Sanchaya Patro, they have 3 years Sanchaya Patro, they have 5 years Sanchaya Patro, and they also have 5 years Poribar Sanchaya Patro. So these different type of government bonds, they are all similarly same. In the same way, they are equally safe at this because they are sold by the government, but the interest that they pay varies. So for example, currently the interest rate on Poribar Sanchaya Patro is the highest among all other Bangladesh bonds. Now, a very attractive feature of buying any government bond is that they are the safest form of investment, because no matter what happens in the future, the government stays as it is and government never fails. So the bondholder will always be secured in terms of getting his interest. As opposed to that, if we consider corporate bonds, which are relatively riskier than the government bonds. So no matter which organization you are buying bonds from, it can be private organization, it can be multinational organization, or it can be private banks as well. But all those organizations compared with the government seems risky, because in near future or in the future they can still default, where the government will never default on paying back its customers. As opposed to the debt market, we consider equity market next. So equity market investments are often known as equity financing, and it is the same market where stocks and shares are sold and bought. Now, as compared to debt market instruments, the equity market instruments are quite riskier, but at the same time they also offer a high rate of return. The main difference between bond and the stock is that when you are buying stocks, then the stocks will not have any maturity. So you will be the owner of the stock as long as you decide to hold it. But also, stocks will give you a partial ownership of the organization from which you are buying the stock from. So say for example, instead of buying 10 lakh taka worth of Unilever bonds, if you buy 10 lakh taka worth of shares from Unilever, say for example, if you buy 10 shares from Unilever, and in total Unilever has 100 shares in the market. So the Unilever, which has 100 shares in the market, and if you own 10 shares from those 100 shares, then you would be a 10% owner of Unilever, meaning you would be a 10% profit share holder of Unilever. So today, tomorrow, whatever profit Unilever will generate, it will be giving you back 10% of its profit. So as opposed to the bonds, when we receive a fixed dollar amount, here we do not receive a fixed amount as interest, rather our interest varies with the share of profit, and depending upon the performance of the Unilever, the share of profit can go up and also can go down, which makes shares more risky than the bonds. So shares might offer higher rate of return in terms of interest, but they also offer higher risk, because today if Unilever doesn't perform well, all your share of profit will go wasted. The examples of equity market can be the stock exchanges. For example, in Bangladesh we have two stock exchange, Dhaka Stock Exchange and Chittagong Stock Exchange. Then we have the New York Stock Exchange, which is the strongest of all other stock exchanges that we have currently in the world. Now, all of these stock exchange markets, what they do is they buy and sell stocks and shares to the buyers and the lenders.